Let's see what the original Easy Rider has to say about the making of a classic.
31 years later, it's the 30th anniversary of the film's release, but 31 years later, here I am back in New Orleans and I actually get to ride the motorcycle because we didn't have the motorcycles built yet when we did the New Orleans sequences. It was very interesting to be here at that time, and we never got hassled. Nobody, well, somebody tried to deck Hopper, but he's always asking for it. We didn't get hassled. It was a difficult time because we had no script. We had an idea what we wanted to do. And Dennis had this fantastic place. He'd found his brilliant locations when he came down. And so all in all, it turned out, well, we had 16 hours of 16mm film that had to edit down to about a 15-minute sequence. But I noticed here last night at the special screening, or the night before last, for the New Orleans Film Festival, Louisiana Film Festival, that people were applauding at the end of that sequence. I thought that was pretty cool. For me, the movie was more of an anthem at the end of the beatnik era. That was when the last of the on-the-road attitudes was coming down, and I saw it was going to come down bad. And I guess, unfortunately, I was right. I was amazed to hear about this tremendously understated performance I gave in Yuli's Gold. I said, well, were they asleep when I was doing Easy Rider? Or was it just all the music? I mean, they don't see this enigmatic look on my face? Yes, I smile every now and then, but basically I'm thinking about what we've just done. And I'm waiting to deliver that one line. You know what, Billy? We blew it. Dennis wanted me to go on talking about how we blew it and this and that and going for the big money and selling it out in our heritage and bad drugs and all that stuff. Well, guess who got hooked on the bad drugs? Dennis did. I said, no, Dennis, I just want to say we blew it. A lot of people asked me what I meant by that. I never answered the question directly. And I said, well, what do you think about it? He said, well, does it still hold for today? Because I won't give him a straight answer. I said, well, look around. Do you think we haven't blown it? We're still blowing it, and we shouldn't. This charity we're doing here, you know, it's for children that are not as lucky as mine. I never have a problem doing a charity for kids because I just can look at that and there, but for the grace of God, could be my kids. You know, when we do the muscular dystrophy ride and the Love Ride in California and all, or the March of Dimes ride in Atlanta, it's always really evident in my heart there, but for the grace of God, could be my kids. So it's no big problem for me to go out and ride a motorcycle. They put a gun to my head, of course, and meet with people from all walks of life, as Nicholson said in the scene, and get to actually contribute then to the community and make a community effort.
We cut the picture together minus the 16mm New Orleans thing, and I think it peaked at about 4 hours, and it was. Went down in very small increments from there, and it probably got stuck at about 3 hours and change. And eventually, it seemed as if Dennis was not a particularly good editor. He didn't have the right head for editing, particularly. And so we told Dennis to go away. And we wanted 6 weeks to cut the picture, and we would take the print as it existed and print it for key numbers, and those are little numbers that were along the film. And those are particularly in the lab, you can say just print it 4 key numbers so you can read those very clearly. And when he came back, we'd screen the picture for him, and if he didn't like it, we'd put it back the way it was. I don't know if we would have, but it turned out he came out, and Peter and I have different memories of this. I remember being terribly nervous in the screening with Dennis because I thought he was going to come unraveled when he saw what we did. Because we had cut it down to like 95 minutes, you know, an hour and a half from 3 hours and something. And the lights came, it still didn't have the 16mm stuff in it. And the lights came on, and Dennis was in tears. And he said, God, it's magnificent. He said, don't ever let me cut another foot of film. He said, don't. He said, you guys, I shouldn't do it. And we had a little golf cart. We went back to the offices in the golf cart. And Dennis was in the back. I think I was driving the golf cart. And Dennis said, I know what I said there, He said, but that one scene where you have, it was a Dennis, shut up, you can't do it.